So today we are going to be talking about the Baby Metal concert that just recently happened in Japan, and we have two people that were there at the show, and they're going to talk to us about the experience. So I just want to welcome Liffy and Paul over to the Guys You Guys podcast. So we're going to talk about their experience and what went down and how was it? Was it as good as past concerts? All that good stuff, and go from there. But Liffy, I'm going to start with you. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Tell us about your thing with Baby Metal, how it started, your journey, and how it went down, and all the good stuff leading up to the concert that you went to.
Yes. Hi, I'm Liffy. I've been a Baby Metal fan for years now, since 2020, late 2020 about. And this was my first time seeing them.
Your first time?
Makuhari.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
First time in Japan and first time seeing Baby Metal.
Wow, so you got all of it all at once then. You're able to see it. That is awesome, man. I mean, how long have you been a fan? Like when Yui joined fan, or like after Yui left, or now?
No,
like
during the MT era.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is awesome. And Paul, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Paul from Ireland. A big fan of Baby Metal. Been a fan since 2014, since their first stepped out overseas, did their first shows in London. So yeah, I think we got two perspectives here. We got a first time concert goer and a perennial concert goer here. So we got to, we'll see how it goes.
Awesome,
But,
awesome. Well,
yeah, no,
I wanna start with Liffy first, man. Well,
sure.
how was it seeing the concert for the first time, and how the hell did you get into the concert? How did you tell us about the whole process, what you went through to get there, and the journey of actually making it through that concert?
Well, I guess it started, but they announced the concert at October 10, and 3 days later, I bought my tickets to Japan without actually having the tickets in hand for the show.
Oh shit!
And then I just prayed to get tickets from the lottery, which I did. And
So
I guess it went down from there.
so you did the opposite. You were like, I'm just gonna get the plane tickets. It's like you had a premonition, like you were ready for it.
I had faith.
Yeah, you're like, I feel like I'm gonna
I
get
was
in.
prepared for this.
I love it. I love
Sometimes
the
you gotta take the
confidence.
gamble.
So what would you have done if you didn't win the lottery?
Uh, that was not an option.
That was not an option.
Oh no!
So I guess my bigger question is, what was your backup plan? Were you like gonna break into the dome, or like what were you gonna do?
What backup plan?
What backup? You were just like, I'm getting in. There was no option. Okay, got it. Oh man,
This was my first chance to see them, and I planned to take it.
that's awesome. So like, do you were you did you try to see them before? So you did see that you were a fan of Baby Metal when Yui was in, right?
No,
No, it's afterwards.
I didn't have a chance before this at all.
Gotcha. Are you going to any more concerts for when they start playing their shows with Sabaton? Because I see the Sabaton hoodie right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around Europe pretty much. I have tickets for 7 different shows.
7?
Ooh,
God
Yeah.
damn.
that's hardcore.
That's very hardcore. I bet you're excited. I'm just wondering how you got like all that time off and how you're gonna stay alive. Well, I can't even say anything. I went to 6 bandmate shows, and I think it was 7, and yeah, that was very tired afterwards. You're gonna be very tired.
Yeah. I was at
Oh
a
yeah,
couple of those
oh yeah.
bandmate shows.
Yeah. And you're gonna be in Vienna, right? For
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Vienna. I'm gonna fly in straight from Berlin from the previous show.
Oh hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna see you in Vienna. I'll be there. I'm really nervous.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 8-hour
Oh, nice.
flight.
Yeah,
I'm
can't
nervous as
wait for
hell.
that.
I'm nervous as hell. So I have a question for you. Before we go on to Paul, like with those shows, do you think they're gonna play a full set, a full kind of set, or you think it's gonna be like a five to 6 song set before Sabaton?
Well, based on my previous experiences with Sabaton openers and special guests, I think it's gonna be a little longer. I think it's gonna be in the 45-minute range, with like 9 or 10 songs.
That would be normal. Yeah, 45 minutes is the normal, like, for a lead opener, because they're right before Sabaton. So, and it's just a three band thing. I agree. I think it will be about that 45 minute set. That's the norm usually.
Hopefully.
With that.
Yeah. Because I've seen previous shows with someone tagged as special guest for Sabaton, and it's been in that 9 to 11 song range almost every time.
Okay,
Nice.
so it's going to be a cool... all right, that makes me feel better. Some people were making me scared. They're like, what if you're only going to see 6 songs? I'm like, well, it's still worth it, but also sad. But I get to see Sabaton, too. I've really grown to like Sabaton a lot over the years. And, over the past couple of years, I should say. And I've gotten really into the story of Sabaton, and I love how they bring history into music. So I'm excited to see both bands. The band before them, though, Lordi... Not so much, because I didn't know who they were when I first heard the song, and it was interesting, the first song that I heard. The live was way better for sure, but we heard a studio version. Shout out to Chiba, he requested that. I was a little, I don't know. We'll see how they are live.
Lord is an excellent live band.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, I've actually seen them more than once.
Okay. Yeah, because the live footage I saw was way better than the music video, like by far.
Yeah, they have a huge production usually. Maybe not as an opener act, but if it's their own show, they have a huge production.
So yeah, so now that we have Lordi, and then we have BABYMETAL and Sabaton. All 3 of these bands are bigger than life bands, right? They always put on
for
like,
sure. These are all like, these bands come alive on the stage.
Yeah. So that's really cool, because I feel the same way about Sabaton also. So a lot of people feel the same way about BABYMETAL. Is like, oh, it's all about the live, and I feel the same way about Sabaton. I think it's all about the live. That's how I got into more, was I watched the live videos. I was like, this is really awesome. But what about you, Paul? Tell everyone about your journey to Japan and how that went down, how you got in. Did you buy plane tickets first and then do the lottery?
Yeah. I got the plane tickets first. Like for BABYMETAL, you kind of have to take the gamble, you know, because if you get tickets, then you try to book flights, then they're going to be more expensive. So you kind of have to book them in advance. But for me, I kind of always know I'm going to get a ticket, even if I don't get one in the regular lottery, because what we do as fans who go to Japan regularly is we all apply for like 2 tickets, even though we only need 1, and we group together. So if there's 8 of us in a group and 4 of us win in the ticket lottery and 4 of us lose, the winners help out the losers. So
I did not know this. Why did nobody tell me about this? I would have definitely gotten a ticket to Japan. I just thought there was no chance. I was like, there's no way I'm getting it.
You group together and you increase your chances of going. And, I guess because I've been to so many shows in Japan, I've kind of developed, connections and contacts and things like that. So if I don't get one in the lottery, I will get one somehow. So I can kind of book flights with confidence that I will get a ticket somehow.
God damn.
Some connection or yeah.
So what you're saying is I should have just got a flight and then been like, Liffy and Paul, can you let me know?
Contact me. You got your connect here, your ticket connect right here. So there we go. So for me it was it's the first time back in Japan since actually the same time 3 years before. They did a set of shows at the same venue at Makuhari Messe, and that was Legend Metal Galaxy. So that was a 2-night show, kind of similar to the other one, or BABYMETAL Returns, which is the title of this series. So yeah, it was just great to go back to Japan. After 3 years, we couldn't go because of COVID restrictions before. They did a big set of shows in Japan in 2021 in the Budokan, very famous venue in Tokyo, and overseas fans were just couldn't go because of the restrictions in Japan of foreigners coming in. So it wasn't fun to watch that on a stream or just to be talking about it online. It's obviously much more fun to be at these events and enjoy them and have a first-hand experience. So yeah, first time in 3 years, it was just great to be back. And it was a hell of a time.
What do you think about the concert overall? Was it just as good as the other BABYMETAL concerts, or did they go even more overboard, or did they kind of keep it the same as previous concerts?
No, it was really good. I mean, the way they did it, it was different from 3 years ago. So they kind of had a setup like they had Legend S. So Legend S had like a main stage on one end of the venue and had like a smaller stage on the other end, and down the middle of the arena was like a runway. So the fans were like on either side of that runway. So it was like a bigger kind of version of Legend S production. Legend S being a famous baby metal concert there that celebrated Sue Metal's 20th birthday. So it was kind of set up like that. And the songs were amazing because they have like a new album coming out there, and they've been slowly releasing new songs. So we got to hear the 3 songs that they released as singles so far. And then we heard 2 new songs performed that had never been performed before, never been released on audio. So there was new stuff. It was a mixture of the new and the old, and they brought in some like older songs, like the old classics, like, Give Me Chocolate, Megitsune, Doki Doki Morning. Those are all performed. And then the new ones, like Monochrome, Divine Attack, Shingeki, Metal Kingdom. So, it was a great, how does it compare to past shows? I would think it's right up there. It's right up there. It's a new era, It's not.
But it was the same kind of like performance, right? It was the same kind of like over the top, really like just amazing, epic proportions. You could see it from the music video. It looked like that. Livy, this being
you could see the video,
this being your first live concert with Baby Metal, how does it compare to other bands that you've seen on a live stage?
It's a different experience for sure.
Yeah. What do you think in some ways it was like just better, or maybe not so much?
It's I guess it's just the size of the production.
The size of it.
I haven't seen anything like that from other bands on that scale.
Were those chairs really real looking when on that stage, the thrones that they were in? The Game of Thrones looking thrones, I should say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're real
legit,
for sure.
Man.
Those are real built, I'd say.
Yeah. Now,
not cheap.
In those music videos, you can see like the drone shots. Did you guys see all those drones like flying around? Did they have them just like kind of circulate?
Yeah. They're not super easy to see, but you can see them if they fly across the girls or something like that.
Yeah.
You can see them sometimes.
One of my bandmates wants to know, did anyone try to throw any things at the drones to knock them over?
No, at least I didn't see anything. I hope not.
You won't get that in
I figured as much.
Like, if it was in the US, there'd be people trying to knock them down with beer bottles and hats and all that shit.
Believe it or not, I haven't seen anything like that here either, but maybe. And then that being so it was just completely different, like you said, just a different experience than like other bands you guys seen do that. What was like the standout thing, like the best thing that you guys saw? I'll start with you, Paul, in the concert. What was the biggest standout thing you saw?
So there's kind of 2 things, and they were like my 2 favorite moments of the show. So the first one was the debut performance of Monochrome. Monochrome is one of their new songs. It's my favorite new song, and I love it even more now since I saw it live. So there's a special part in the song where Sue Metal, she like calls out to the crowd. She says, "Everyone, like, take out your phone lights. Take out your phone lights." So everyone takes out their phone and the lights, and people are waving around. And she's like, "Oh, it looks like stars. It's so beautiful." And then there's a part of the song where she like hums. She hums a part of the song, and it sounds like really sounds really beautiful. She's just like humming the words along, and or like humming the melody. And people are like waving their lights in the air, so it kind of created like a really like cool, like beautiful moment at the show, and a kind of a connection there between Sue and her fans, which was really cool. So that was probably my favorite performance. And then another performance of Doki Doki Morning was very interesting, because they started off with like Sue, Moa, and Momoko, the main Baby Metal trio, performing the song and like facing towards the back of the venue. And then it was a very confusing moment, because all of a sudden we saw at the other end of the venue like three different girls, and for a second I was thinking like, is this like a mirror? Are we seeing like a reflection? Because the songs for Baby Metal's new album is Mirror Mirror, but we actually realized after a while that it was like 3 girls that are like former SG members. Well, 2 are former SG members. One is from amuse kids, and they were like they were performing the song as well. So it was kind of like a face off between like the real Baby Metal and the other Baby Metal. And it was cool because like the spotlight would go on the real Baby Metal and they would perform like part of the song, and the spotlight would go on the other Baby Metal, and the person that was playing Other Sue would sing part of the song as well. So it was really kind of bizarre and confusing, but also cool because like people could recognize some of the members of the other Baby Metal were members from SG, which is like the group that Baby Metal came from. So a lot of the fans of that group could recognize these members. So we really don't know what's going to happen with this like other Baby Metal. Are they going to be?
I got a question. Yeah, I got a question for you going on further. But first, Liffy, what were your two biggest standout moments for the concert?
Well, Paul already stole my highlights because it was definitely Doki Doki Morning and Monochrome were the highlights of the show, I'd say.
They are okay. So you both agree that those two are the biggest ones.
Yeah, but I'll go on and say that the intro was also amazing with the Metal Kingdom.
Yeah,
but you can't see the actual intro in the music video, but it's amazing.
Oh yeah, so kind of describe it to us for those listening. What was it? What was different with that intro that they added that you can't see in the music video?
Well, it's a bit of a similar feel to In the Name of At Legendes, without the Fox Warriors and the stage being pulled, but it's a similar vibe, I'd say.
Oh, okay. Was it like really dragged out, like that intro, like just gathering the anticipation?
Yes, absolutely.
How were you feeling when you're just like, because I know sometimes if you guys seen me watch the concert, sometimes I'm like, come on, just do it. It's just, Did you get that vibe or that feeling?
Well, if they had the intro, the actual intro in the music video, it would have been like 12 minutes long.
Oh, shit. It was
a long
12 minutes. 12 minutes. Man, how did everyone look though out in the crowd during that 12 minutes waiting? Was everyone like going like what the, or like kind of looking at each other? Or?
Everyone just waiting in anticipation.
Everyone was like looking down at the back of the venue because the way it was, they came out from the back of the venue and the like two gates opened up. They call like the Fox gates. So they're like, it's just like two doors like slid open like that, and all of a sudden you could see Stu and Mo sitting on their thrones, and that's how everything started. And then with the runway that was running down the center of the venue, you had like 10 girls, I guess, like dressed in cloaks, and they had these like the one or the other one symbol like staffs holding them up, and that was all part of the opening. So it was pretty like theatrical, and it did take a long time to kind of finish what they were trying to say, but it was pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool opening.
What was it like when Sue sung the first note? What happened in the crowd? Liffy, go ahead.
It was a magical moment.
Was there a huge cheer? Was there did mosh pits erupt immediately? No, just kidding. I don't think that would happen on Metal Kingdom.
Those started on the second song.
Started on the second song.
Yeah, it's quite a soft opening, and like when you hear like Sue's has like an amazing voice, and you hear her live for the first time, that sound hits your ear. That's something, you know.
Was there a lot of tears out in the crowd when that Metal Kingdom hit? Because that's what I would imagine.
Not so much Metal Kingdom. I think the tear jerkers were like Monochrome. I think like back to the lights and the humming part, that was quite an emotional one. And then a song that they done like towards the end of the night, like the slower songs, like The Legend and Light and Darkness. I think that kind of those were the moments. And then there's like
I meant just like since everybody was hearing it for the first time again, like that's the vibe I get every time I check out a new song. It's like, oh, it's been so long, so it's just like kind of that relief feeling, you know. Like that's what I was wondering. Like when it actually came, they're like, oh my god, it's been what 2 years, right? 2 years since
2 years since they last performed. I guess 3 years since they were able to do a show with fans, you know. Because the one that did in between was like a heavily restricted thing, like limited fans. They had to keep a distance from the band. They couldn't like scream and shout. They couldn't make noise. They couldn't do call and response, which is a big part of Baby Metal. So
They
It was the
couldn't do
first
that
kind of
still.
real show. Well, no, they
Could?
actually changed the rule. It was kind of weird. They changed the rule in Japan that people could like scream and shout and do call and response and cheer
It was
shows
literally
like
changed the day before.
It's
the day
changed the day
before.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You think
yeah,
they
yeah.
paid some people in the higher ups who were like, hey, let's let this
Maybe.
happen.
Yeah, yeah. We still had to have masks. Like we got a mask. I actually have one here. So when you went into the show, you got one of these. So it's
Mm,
a one savior mask. So basically, everyone had to put on this mask, and that's like part of the show, but it's also
mm.
protection from COVID and stuff. So uh, yeah, that was the rules. So, but it was still awesome. It was still a
So
great time.
so Liffey said the mosh pit started on the second song. Did you
Mhm.
join Liffey? Did you join those mosh pits?
Of course.
How did
Obviously.
how do they keep those organized when you're there? Because it's a lot of people. When it just erupted, like, do they keep that kind of organized, or is it kind of just like chaos at that point?
It's actually a surprisingly low amount of chaos in that demo. It's at least compared to other mosh pits I've been in.
Yeah, that's good.
It's not as violent of an experience, I'd say.
I mean, I've been in mosh pits where I'm like pushed all the way to the front, which is great. Like, where I moshed my way to the front. There was nobody doing that, moshing their way. Was there assigned seats or anything like that? No, right?
No, but we had like assigned blocks around the area, so it was like
Oh,
8 different blocks, and behind the blocks were the small seated areas.
oh, okay, okay. So
You
you
don't
have
want to be
like
in there.
you had your blocks of people, and then it was you had the seated areas. That's interesting.
Mm.
I don't think I've ever been in a concert that's like that. I've always been in a one where it's like a free for all, pretty much. like,
Yeah.
um, like the bandmate concerts were pretty much like that, but it was first come, you get there. But of course, people weren't that rowdy. It's very interesting because like the concerts that I went to at the festival, where bandmate also played in Nemophila, like I watched Lamb of
Mm.
God and it just literally just moshed all the way to the front. Pretty much everyone just like going at each other. Um, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say for a second. Okay, so back to the whole metalverse thing. Um,
Yeah.
with the metalverse, there's this idea because it's kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're thinking the theory going around saying like you guys saw like the little face off with the other three girls, the bandmate girls,
Yeah.
like I mean baby metal girls. What do you guys think of like a whole idea of them having another baby metal group, but it's all part of this metalverse, and then all of a sudden we like spawn
Yeah.
into like music groups, like different music
Yeah.
groups within baby metal.
Yeah. Now, some people have the theory that like these three members are going to maybe form like a subunit of baby metal, and maybe do the old songs, like the kind of cutesy songs that maybe the real baby metal are a bit too old to do now. So that's kind
Mm,
of one theory, that it's going to be something else. Some people then think it's like inverted mirror reflection, that it was just kind of this one time thing.
hmm
But I think there's probably a little bit more to it than that. I think we probably will see it again.
hmm
And I kind of hope we do, because it could be something that like stretches out baby metal shows to be longer shows. So maybe like the real baby metal can do their set or whatever, and like during the show, like this like other baby metal can do like 2 3 songs, and like give the real baby metal a kind of time to chill, and then they'll come back and do like the more newer songs. So it'll be interesting to see how it develops, or if we see them again, or if it was just like a one-time thing. But definitely interesting. Yeah,
So
I think we'll see them again at Japan shows at least, but
yeah,
not
yeah,
overseas, I'd say, because the
yeah. Probably not
the other
overseas.
members
Yeah,
are very young.
yeah,
yeah. Some of them are quite young. Yeah.
yeah, I had I put up a crazy theory of like saying that they're all going to be replaced. I was like, I was
Yeah,
kidding, of course, but like,
yeah,
and then they're doing tour. I always wonder like how long they're going to be doing it for. But back to
yeah.
like the whole concert that you guys went to, Liffy, what was your top three at that concert? What were your top three songs?
Well, Definitely Doki Doki Morning and Monochrome, as we already discussed. And I'm not sure about the third one because, well, I really like Metal Kingdom's song itself. I think I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. How do you feel about people not liking Metal Kingdom or calling it not metal?
Controversy.
Yeah, controversy.
That's how you feel about it? Controversy?
I guess, but people like different things, so
yeah,
it kind of is what it is.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. And Paul, what
You're
about
gonna
you?
like
What are your top three for that concert?
Monochrome, definitely. This is a boring answer because we've already said monochrome a few times. But for me, I love IDZ or Ijime Dameze Tai. It's just like it's probably my all-time favorite baby metal song. And when you do the mosh pit for that, it's insane. You know, you see the screen and you hear Sue's voice saying like, if you show true courage, we can change the world. And like it's weird. She says like no more bullying forever. The song is about anti-bullying, but then she like encourages the crowd to like kill each other, like wall of death, like shows your energy. So on one end she's saying like, oh, let's be nice and be kind to each other and don't bully each other, but now let's have a wall of death and nearly borderline murder each other. So it's yeah.
Okay, so
real quick,
was there a wall of death there? Or did that happen?
Yeah. The mosh pit was insane. Like, and I could tell that like people were like waiting to mosh at baby metal shows because even the ones they had in Budokan was all seated. Nobody could mosh. You just had to stand still. So no one had actually been able to mosh at any baby metal show in Japan for like 3 years. But people were like waiting. People had more energy, and the pits were insane. Like, and people were like a bit more aggressive than normally would be in the pits. But yeah, it was chaos. And then they actually did Road of Resistance and IDZ back to back. So the two most like crazy mosh songs were together. So
wow.
Some people got hurt. Some people ended up in hospital. And I'm not joking, they did. And it was just insane. Yeah.
So what was your third favorite from that night?
Okay, so I said Monochrome, IDZ. And I'm gonna go with another new one. Divine Attack or Shingeki is a newer song. It was a really good song, and I really enjoyed the choreography, like the dance routine with Moa and Momoko together. It was like the first time seeing it. We had seen like a visualized clip of Divine Attack when it came out, but not an actual video. And this was the first time actually seeing it perform live and seeing how it works with baby metal, with the trio, with the two dancers, and it was just really cool routine.
You guys both chose monochrome, so did they use the dicodic solos in the actual track?
Maybe it was inspired by dicodic.
Damn it!
Who knows?
Did they? So that was my next question. Did they add solos to those songs that didn't have solos? Like, because as you know, dicodic covered monochrome and we added leads and solos and stuff to it. And I'm curious, did they add solos to song like Divine Attack or monochrome that didn't have them? Did they add anything extra with the musicians?
No, they didn't. The comics were really at the back on the show.
Oh, they were really in the back. So this was all focus on the girls.
Even more, well, the stage design itself lends to the focus being on the girls rather than the comics, with the platforms moving in the middle.
So you guys would say that's probably like one of the huge differences then between this concert and probably past concerts, because I know in past concerts they highlight the musicians at certain points, right?
The comics have been at the back for years now, but for this one they were even more at the back, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, but you know how they always had those highlighted moments, where they would start off the long intros or the comic intros, and they would like kind of shed a light on them or like spin them out front or something like that. Was there any moment like that? Nothing like that then? Like no like instrumental pieces before anything?
No, not really.
No,
not at all.
No, it was very disappointing from a instrumental lovers metal fan kind of point of view, because it's a sore point with baby metal fans, I think, especially those that enjoy the live baby metal experience, that the Kami band was pretty much like not even part of the show. Like other than playing the music there, they were on a separate stage. They're actually never at any time kind of on the same stage as the members or were ever in focus. So yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a further hiding slash minimizing of the Kami band, which is sad, I think, for me, who's been to like many baby metal shows and seen the Kami at their heights, you know, in 2014, 15, 16, where they had their own solos, you know, their own focus. To not see any of that now is kind of sad.
Yes.
So that was
Suda said in the chat there was no Sue solo nor black metal song. I figured there wouldn't be any black baby metal songs, but
yeah.
But yeah, no Sue solo songs. That was a mouthful.
Yeah. But black baby metal is something that I'm kind of hopeful that something like that will come back.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the show there was some hints dropped about a new metal, potential third member who we kind of have a fair idea who it might be, and hopefully in the future then we have you know, Moa and the new metal as a new kind of secondary duo, and they do their own songs, and maybe then Sue gets her solos back. Now, so yeah, that's promising.
I want to label this comment that Pubaka just put. He said it's a bit sad that the commies don't get a spotlight anymore, unlike earlier shows. Now, the reason why I think it was important that they got a spotlight, it was an easy way to get people into baby metal or to cross over, because when I was showing like Rondo of Nightmare and stuff like that, or, you know, any songs with longer intros, they'd be like, holy shit, the musicianship. And then when the girls came and singing, they still liked it anyways because they were like sold already, you know? And
yeah, for sure.
That's sad that they kind of took that element away. It may come back though. We don't know. It's, I mean, for me as a baby metal fan, I'm going to like it either way. I don't care, but you know, but I guess she had those older songs that still, you know, show people and stuff like that, because everyone's gonna like certain things, right? Because there is some songs I don't like, but most of them I like.
Yeah, there's a chance like there's a new era coming, so maybe it's just a situation where they've been in the background for you know, the 10 baby metal years, Metal Galaxy and Returns era, but now the next era is going to be called Baby Metal Begins. So it sounds like there's going to be a new beginning, so maybe, you know, things can change. So yeah, I'm kind of optimistic that things might kind of reset and that have like a new energy the next set of shows, hopefully.
Yeah, man, that's that is disappointing, but I'm still happy and fortunate to be able to see them live. I just want to see them at least once, you know. I have to let go of the fact that I'll never ever get to see them like with Yui and like the full Kami band experience or anything like that. Hearing Sue's vocals live, what was the biggest difference that you heard, Paul, between this concert and previous concerts?
Definitely like a maturing of her voice, right? Because she just turned 25 there just before Christmas. So even when we would have seen her 3 years ago, she would have been, what, you know, 22. And previous concerts out there, you know, still quite young. So like I think at 25, like a vocalist and an artist is really just kind of coming into their own, you know, like vocally. So I think we definitely heard a little bit of a like difference in her voice, like a maturity in her voice. And she's always like adding things to it. You know, she's adding different elements to her vocals and to her performance. And yeah, it just, like I would say even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say better because she was already amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even better is like, wow. So yeah, it was just hearing her voice, seeing her live is
like I tell everyone when I first heard those beginning concerts, she sounded good. I wouldn't say she was like phenomenal yet, but then she grew into phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of growth. There's been a lot of growth over the years, and now it sounds like amazing.
But that's going to happen when you start at 16 years old, 12 years old. I mean,
even younger.
It's just crazy. Yeah, 12. Yeah. Liffy, for you, since this was your first baby metal concert, going from listening to like what you heard from concert recordings and going from the CD, what was the difference for you? Like going from like always hearing recordings to in your face audio right there. How was that experience? Like transitioning from that to that?
Oh, it was great, of course. just to hear her live.
What was it? Go ahead.
You can kind of hear her struggle in the higher notes, which I'm kind of somewhat not surprised because that's not really where she excels at. But it was a great experience to hear her live.
Yeah, I can't imagine singing those high notes while dancing. I don't even. Which high notes are you referring to that you heard?
Mostly in the newer songs. The older ones she was fine at.
Just fine at. Gotcha. Yeah.
And there was some sound issues in the venue. I think it kind of needs to be pointed out on the first night. It was like maybe the band she couldn't hear the band or something, or maybe there was some sound issues. And I noticed one time when she came close to the section that I was in, she was like tapping her ear, like she was trying to say to the tech or whatever, like I can't hear the band or whatever, and maybe she was getting a bit kind of annoyed. But there was definitely some sound issues on the first night. I think they kind of ironed them out for the second night. But yeah, when she was singing and when the sound was right, it was awesome.
Gotcha. Michael M in the chat says, I was actually under the commies in this performance and it was outstanding. Of course, it depends on one seat. Were there a lot of seats? Did it depend drastically on where you were in that theater and how the show looked?
No, I don't think there was a huge difference. I was in different places on both nights. I was in closer to Foxgate on the first night and closer to the actual stage on the second night, but I don't notice a real difference, I'd say.
Okay. Was there how does the stadium look? Like you have your higher seats, you have the lower seats in there, or is it all on the floor?
You have the stage in the middle, of course, and around the stage are for the 4 blocks which are super mosh, and behind super mosh were 4 more blocks around the stage.
They call it super mosh?
Yes, super mosh or cho mosh.
Cho mosh in Japanese. So basically the best tickets, like the VIP tickets, they get like in the 2 blocks to the left, 2 blocks to the right, closest to the middle. So that's like VIP tickets, and then like outside of those, behind those again, there's like 2 and 2.
Did you guys get VIP tickets for this show?
No.
We
didn't get a chance.
We were excluded because we're from overseas, basically. So see, you were meant to be able to apply for the VIP tickets or the Super Mosh tickets when you were a member of the One. So when you bought Baby Metal's annual fan club membership. But the way they organized it is like only people from living in Japan were able to apply for the VIPs, and we didn't get that benefit because we weren't from Japan. They had to set up a separate ticket application process for us, which is very unfair, but it is what it is, you know.
Hey Desio has a great comment here. You need to have a master's degree to learn how to get a good ticket.
That's true.
100% confirmed.
You just need to live in Japan. You're being treated much better. Overseas fans are very much second-class citizens. So if you want to get the best Baby Metal tickets and see them the most,
so
move to Japan.
For those who haven't been to Japan at all, haven't seen a concert in Japan, or even trying or considering going there, like for me, I'm nervous just going to Austria. But as somebody new going there, getting a ticket and going there, how was the experience like traveling to Japan and getting into a Baby Metal concert? Liffy, go ahead. Start with you first.
It's actually surprisingly easy. You can, because Google Maps is very good in Japan. It gives you all the public transport routes and all that. It was very, very easy, I'd say.
So when you got to the concert, how was it? So you get there?
That was also easy, I'd say. Because we had the map beforehand, so we knew where everything was.
Yeah. All right. What about for you?
Well, if he says I can't stress this enough to people that are going from Japan. Like Google Maps is your best friend because it just helps you get around so much, and there's no language barrier then in terms of like getting to places and what station to get off and whatever. But arriving at the venue was like typical Baby Metal atmosphere. The only queue that there is at a Baby Metal concert is for merch, and Baby Metal fans buy merchandise like crazy. They buy everything in the shop. They buy whatever they need.
Is there a limit on how much you can buy?
There's a limit. You can get like one of each thing, but people will get everything.
Yeah.
And
like
they'll like come out
everything
with like a
they'll
big
be, like it's like getting
big
a
arm for
sub.
the merch.
You just say the works like here in the
Yeah, they're
US.
just
we
like,
just
give me one of everything. They go. It's not
Yeah.
like I want, like, I'm gonna get one T-shirt or one wristband. Give me one of everything. And
yeah.
like, and everyone gets it. Everyone buys the stuff. Like, I don't think half the people even want the stuff, but it's just about like supporting the band. Like, this is like an extra thing you can do for the band, and people like just buy everything, and it's and like stuff gets sold out. Like, by the time like regular ticket holders got up to the front, like some of the stuff was already gone. So they sell merch like crazy. Baby Met fans buy merch like
Can
serious.
you go online and like buy everything and then try to get back in line to buy more? Will they let you, or do they remember that you already bought merch?
Yeah, you need to like show your ticket before you go and get merchandise. So you can't
Oh.
just like rock up there and get merch. You have to like show your ticket.
Well, I'm
But
sure like those are limited concert editions, probably, right?
yeah,
That merch.
it's very
Yeah.
limited stuff. Like, that stuff's not going to be available again. I think they put like the stuff that was left online, and it was like gone in 2 seconds or something. They did
Yeah,
that, like,
so a lot of
days ago.
people in their head, they're probably like, I'm just gonna buy everything, sell one of these things to pay for everything I bought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I got lucky with this Baby Metal shirt. So there was a place here in the U.S. It's called Hot Topic, and for whatever reason, they're not known to have Baby Metal merch, but Baby Metal had tried licensing out their merch to them a long time ago, and they had some stuff. I got this for $10. It was insane, $10.
Nice.
But the other Baby Metal shirt was like $100. Like, if you want, I was like, that is ridiculous. It was a concert shirt. It was a concert shirt. So people like go online and sell those for $100. I saw $200, $300 for shirts, and that's the same with a lot of these Japanese bands. Even Bandmate, they have it's like $80 minimum or something for some of those shirts that they sell. But it's fascinating how they like create that around them with those limited edition shirts. And so, because when you guys got the tickets, did you get anything with those tickets? You got the mask, you said. Was there anything else you guys got?
Yeah, just the mask. One mask for each night.
Yeah.
One mask for each night, and you line up. Then you get what merch you can get. You get what's left, especially when you have just a regular ticket. Most of the stuff is, well, not most of the stuff is gone, but
do they sell out fast? They sell out pretty fast.
Yes. Yeah, stuff like really, like, people who had the regular tickets, like, they couldn't get their selection of what they wanted. Things started to sell out really fast as soon as the VIPs had already gone through and got their stuff.
You would think, since they only can get one of each, that it wouldn't sell out too quick, you know? Like, you would think they would like get enough. Somebody's doing something shady, you know?
That's been my argument. Like, even back at LMG, like, there was it was a wristband for each day, and you could only get one wristband on one day, and you had to wait for the second day to get the second one. And I like lined up for 4 hours just to get the second wristband, and it was sold out when I got up to the table. So it's really annoying that they don't like have enough stuff. Like, they know how many tickets they sold, they know the fans that are going to be there, but still they like just keep it so limited. And it's frustrating, you know. It's the most stressful part of the day is like, can I get this merchandise? Can I queue up? Because the rest of it is relaxed, you know. When you're just going to the show, you're like, where you're going to be in the show is on your ticket, so you don't even have to queue up for the actual concert. All the queuing and all the like stressful stuff is queuing up for merchandise and trying to get these things, you know.
Liffy, did you get any merch? Were you able to get any?
Yeah, yes. Even arriving late to the merch queue, I managed to get a few T-shirts and the keychain and the incense holder.
Did you get one of everything?
No.
Why not?
Couldn't. Some stuff is sold out.
It was sold out.
Yeah, the other few items I wanted to get were already sold out when I arrived the queue.
Oh, wow. So you said you got a keychain, and you got what else again?
The incense holder, which is the little golden hand. Paul has it for summer clothes, I think.
Oh, nice.
That one.
So it's like this. You get like a little board and this like fox sign thing, and it holds one of these like little incense things, and you like light the end of it.
Oh,
and it's like smoke.
That's clever.
Yeah, so it's like, it says the battle smokes are a sign the world is headed for chaos. And see what it says, chaos once again. So that's like the base, and then it's got like little fox sign thing, and it holds a little incense burner
So
cartridge. You get like
use the
16 of these.
incense.
So.
Use the incense to talk to the fox god.
Yeah, like the smoke, and it's going to create the I guess talk to the fox god. And they got this. They got this little thing. It's kind of fun. It's a little backup charger, and it's got the restoration 99%. So I guess it restores your battery. So that's each item of merchandise was based on the 10 themes. You know, the for the other ones. So like restoration was the charger, smoke is the incense burner. You know, the t-shirts were for different things like light and darkness and throne and things like that. So yeah, light and darkness is the little wristband. That's like one wristband.
So
and it like lights up. It's like luminous. So
did you get a shirt? Were you able to get a shirt?
yeah, I got some shirts over there.
Okay. So how early did you get there, Paul? Like when you got there, how many people were already there?
Like what all the like Supermaster VIP people would have been ahead of us, so they got first preference. They got all the merch they wanted before we even got a chance to.
Wow! But
to
was there a line in some sense though? There was. And how early did you get there before the show?
I got there. What time did I get there? Like 7 a.m. Like 7 a.m. But we weren't allowed to actually get in the merch area until later than that. So I was probably in the first maybe 250 like regular ticket holders in the merch queue. So, you know, but some of the stuff even when I got to the front was already sold out. So I had to kind of get what's best of what's left, you know.
How about you, Liffy? How early did you get there? You get there at 7 a.m. with Paul?
No, I started queuing for merch at like it was past 12 a.m. But I still managed to get 2 pieces, which I wanted.
Wow,
it was nice.
So you're not down for the whole extra 6-hour wait?
Nah, it's
too much. I did that a couple times for bandmate. It can be brutal sometimes. But
I was prepared to do the wait for the second day if I didn't get what I wanted the first day, but I got what I wanted. I didn't feel like queuing again, just for like one more item.
Same. Gotcha. One day is enough to do the merch queuing. I just gave up the second day. I'm like, whatever. I have what I have.
Yeah.
One day is enough.
So some of the merch that they had the incense, which was the Fox God hand, for those that are listening. They had a charger, which said 99% restoration, and it had like the logo on the other side. Was there any other interesting merch that you guys saw that was pretty unique looking?
There was the big coffin-shaped towel, and I don't actually remember
the coffin-shaped towel. Wow.
Yeah. No, mostly the rest of it was like there was like 3 t-shirts. There was a hoodie. There was like a lanyard, you know, that you use to hold a pass or whatever that goes around.
There were there was temporary tattoos as well, and
temporary tattoos, and
there was a tote bag and socks.
Yeah, the socks. Yeah, I thought the socks were going to sell out quickly, but people didn't want to buy the socks. And then there was like you saw like there was a picture that they put out with Sue and Mo like holding up the stuff that people didn't want to buy, just to like promote it, to get buy this, buy the the lanyard, and buy the little mini tattoos, because those weren't that popular. So they just put a picture out on Twitter of Sue and Mo holding them up and like, buy these. And
that'll sell them. If Mo wants me to get the socks, I'm gonna get the socks.
Listen to Mo.
I was actually going to buy the lanyard, but it sold out when I was the second person in queue.
Oh man,
so annoying.
I can see socks.
When you're like so close.
I can see why socks would not be the most favorable item for sure. Because I mean, who's gonna see that? You're gonna be. Unless they're like Babe Metal high socks and like has a and then you go in there like with shorts and you have high socks on and stuff. But that's interesting. That's awesome, guys. So if people want to go over to Japan, it's not too bad as long as you have the right paperwork, of course, your passport and all that good stuff. And you could take the risk that these 2 gentlemen did and just buy a plane ticket there and then just start applying for lotteries.
Yeah.
Paul, so you said there was a backup plan for people that get the the ticket. So like, so people, how could they do that? Wouldn't they know if you buy more than one ticket, or it was just you had pairs of friends that would buy the ticket, or you'd have your other friend buy it, so you could just not risk it? Is that how it worked? Because somebody would get their money back, right? Somebody would get their money back, pretty much.
Yeah. So
it was very easy to sell the tickets again. Like,
yeah,
I was able to sell my extra tickets.
Yeah. So the way it works is like we kind of get together in a group of like maybe 8 people, right? And then everyone applies for like 2 tickets. Then they only need 1. So it works out that if like 50% of us in this like ticket pact win and 50% of us lose, then all of us get tickets, because for the people who have doubles, they'll sell their extra one to the people who didn't get anything. So it's just like a way of like kind of pooling your tickets together and then kind of dividing them out among the group. So it's it works well. It worked well this time, and it just meant that people who wanted to go there, I think pretty much everyone got sorted in the end for tickets. So I think the overseas fans kind of had to work together this time, because we were excluded from the one, or the getting VIP tickets. And we kind of thought that because of that, we would be limited, because by the time we got our ticket lottery, I think there had already been like 2 or 3 Japanese ticket lotteries. So we didn't know how many tickets were left, right? So we just kind of tried to get as many as we could in little groups of overseas fans, like the regulars. And it worked out well. I think everyone got what they wanted. So yeah,
that's good, man.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Well, now that I know that exists, I would have definitely done that. I would have definitely tried to do that, or
join us,
been part of it. Yeah, because I didn't know that was a possibility. Do you think Baby Metal is going to do another thing like the Makuhari Messe Hall? You think they're going to do another 2-day thing anytime soon?
Yes.
Or you think
they got it planned? They're selling tickets already to the next event. It's going to be on Fox Day, April 1st and 2nd in Yokohama. So
I forgot about Fox Day. I forgot.
People are buying tickets, and it's kind of a follow-on from the end of this series of shows, which was called Baby Metal Returns. The next series is called Baby Metal Begins. So fans are very hopeful, optimistic that we will have a new metal. So perhaps a new third member on Baby Metal will get back to being a trio like they were, before Yui left. So fans are excited about that, and they're applying for tickets right now, and something to look forward to.
Oh wow, I guess I should try applying. I don't know how much it costs to get a flight over there, though. That might be
it's stupid expensive right now. It's crazy.
Good luck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess I'm not going. I'm just in Austria. That's all good.
It's like almost double what it was for this trip. And the reason being is because April 1st is like cherry blossom season in Japan or whatever. It's like a super popular time for tourists to go to Japan. So flights are like 60-70% more expensive than they were just for this trip. So
wow,
it's crazy, and that's going to stop a lot of people from overseas going, just the crazy cost of flights. When you're crazy like us, you just do it anyways.
Yeah. Well, to finish this off, guys, I wanted to ask you one last question here. Liffy, starting with you first, man. What do you think is the future of Baby Metal? What is your theories or predictions on what's going to happen for Fox Day and furthermore?
I think the future looks very bright for Baby Metal with what we've seen. I'm giving it a 99% chance that we'll see Momoko as third metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, in general, the future looks bright, I say.
Okay. What about you, Paul?
I'm going to agree with that. It looks very much to me like Momoko is going to be the third member. She's been the Avenger that's done the most shows, been with them the longest. So it just really makes sense that she would join as a full member. So I think those shows in Yokohama in April are going to be her joining the band. So in that sense, I think the future is very bright, because you have Baby Metal as 3 again. Baby Metal is always supposed to be 3. So it opens up the opportunity for maybe like Moa and Momoko to do songs together and Sue to have her solos. So it brings back a lot of the things that people like loved about Baby Metal. And hopefully, yeah, the future is bright. And back to the trio, back to Baby Metal. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, hell yeah. And if they're going to have someone decided, probably, if that is the case, then we'll see all three of them, for those Sabaton concerts. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. This has been fun. To get you guys were actually there, kind of insight of what's happening. So that's really cool to hear your guys' perspective. So I appreciate you guys coming on, and it's a blast. Now, just remember, guys, if you're listening to this now, you're watching the reposted version of the podcast, because I do know that it was dipping out a little bit here and there, but I guess I got a nice quality recording that's been happening the entire time, and I'll post that up there. So if you don't see the stream right away, let those other people know. If they're wondering where the stream went, it'll be up shortly. So that's the way we're just going to do it now, because there's Texas is having huge internet issues across the state. So, including here, so that's kind of sucks. So there's nothing I can do about it. But we got it nice and recorded. We're gonna be talking with more fans this weekend. Actually, we're gonna be doing Bandmade tomorrow. Peter Lin from Made News Network is gonna come on, talk about Tokyo Garden Theater. So hope to see you guys all there for that. If you guys like Bandmade also, and I'm looking forward to meeting you guys. And well, Paul, we've already met. Livy, I'm looking forward to meeting you in Austria. It's going to be awesome.
Waiting for that. It's going to be great. We're
definitely going to have to do a show out there. That's going to be fun. We're definitely going to record a show.
That'd be cool.
It's going to be a nice, probably all of us wasted show, but it's all good. We're going to have a great time. I'll talk to you all later, right? See you guys. See you.
Yeah. See you.
See you.